Well, it seems that Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sánchez already have some relationship haters. $37 million divorce.
Well,
Billion,
honey. Put some respect on that.
You and your fiance, Jeff Bezos.
Who?
Lauren Sánchez is panicking. Not over a tabloid headline. Not over rumors.
Goes on and on about this woman who, let's face it, this relationship began in an extramarital affair. They're both cheating on their spouses, but now they're getting the Vogue treatment to where we're supposed to believe it's the grand love affair. And they point out about how out on the yacht, she's wearing her crop top, partying with Leonardo DiCaprio and Queen Rania of Jordan. And when questioned about how this isn't very green of them to have the yacht everywhere and the private jets, Sánchez is undaunted.
She's begging, literally begging Jeff Bezos to stop a $5 billion lawsuit that's about to blow up their marriage and their entire public image.
We mentioned Lauren Sánchez. She posted, she didn't post. She was in the tabloids for this picture of Jeff Bezos smacking her thong-wearing bottom on their yacht. This is, I submit to you, a total setup.
A confidential source close to the couple dropped the bomb.
It's a very challenging thing to try and estimate. So I think you just have to try and be reasonable about it, take as much risk off the table as you can for yourself. Hope for the best, but prepare for the worst.
Bezos has already made up his mind. The lawsuit is in motion. The divorce is real. And the story the public's about to see, it's nothing like the glossy wedding photos that just broke the internet.
Well, look at what she's done and how she's led her life.
While the world was gushing over their $5 million Venice celebration, super yachts, A-list guests, luxury dripping off every corner, Bezos was already tightening the screws behind the scenes. Legal teams were assembled, NDAs were handed out, phone calls got quieter, meetings got tenser. This isn't a lover's quarrel. This is a hostile shutdown. And Lauren didn't see it coming. She thought she was marrying into ultimate security.
And, it's a $10 billion commitment, and it's really, support.
Turns out she walked into a war, and now Bezos is about to show the world exactly how he handles betrayal. And this all started before she even walked down the aisle.
Lauren Sanchez's, one of her former friends does not think that Jeff Bezos should propose to her because she thinks that he would be a fool because Lauren Sánchez has had some very turbulent love relationships.
Right, bitch, for That's why he likes her.
Right. Well, I know, but so here's the thing. She's been proposed to, or she's been engaged 4 times.
That means she got that good.
Yes.
Everyone saw the fairy tale, the $5 million Venice wedding, the floating palace, the diamond-studded everything. Paparazzi flashing, celebs whispering. It looked like the perfect billionaire love story.
Do in front of famous friends after celebrating their 2023 proposal on a yacht with Kris Jenner and Bill Gates, and then again at an intimate soiree with Oprah and Rob Pattinson.
But while Lauren Sánchez smiled for the cameras, Jeff Bezos was already deep in legal prep. According to the same confidential source, Bezos had zero intention of letting his guard down this time after the Mackenzie divorce cost him over $35 billion. This wasn't romance, it was business.
No, but wish them both well. They both released statements about the end of their marriage. They're both very kind and gracious to one another. And I think divorce, no matter what the circumstances, I think are always very painful. So the fact that they can walk away, and really only the two of them really know. All this chatter, all of these people don't know really.
No, but wish them both well. They both released statements about the end of their marriage. They're both very kind and gracious to one another. And I think divorce, no matter what the circumstances, I think are always very painful. So the fact that they can walk away and really only the two of them really know all this chatter. All these people don't know really.
Well, look at what she's done and how she's led her life.
Behind the luxury and spectacle, Bezos had private legal teams quietly revisiting the prenup in the days leading up to the wedding. Not because he expected trouble, because he knew it was already brewing. The source says, there were signs. She was pushing hard. Media deals, photo approvals, brand partnerships, like she wanted to leverage the marriage before it even began. Bezos clocked it.
So, you think this divorce settlement is fair?
Oh yeah, no, definitely. A marriage is a partnership. Bezos spent 25 years helping her husband grow his business and grow his swagger. I mean, look at that. He went from pleated pants salesman to jacked up arms dealer, am I right? Yeah, it's totally fair. Look, but that chapter is now closed, okay? It's over now, and this next phase is crucial.
And while the world was obsessed with the kiss, the dress, the views from the Amalfi Cliffs, Jeff was already playing defense. Behind every smile was a calculation. He wasn't planning a honeymoon. He was preparing an exit because what he saw coming next, it wasn't love, it was leverage. 2 days after the wedding, everything cracked. The photos were posted. The media had moved on. But behind Bezos' estate gates, the mask came off. Our source says the shift was immediate. Lauren and Jeff were already clashing hard. It started with a fight over an upcoming interview Lauren wanted to do solo. Jeff shut it down. He told her the timing was off. The exposure was too thirsty. Lauren didn't hold back. Accused him of trying to control her image and reduce her to an accessory that lit the fuse. From there, it spiraled into a full-blown argument about control, privacy, and public identity. According to the source, Bezos said something that stopped the room cold. "You married me, not the brand." That's when it became clear this wasn't just tension. This was a power struggle. Lauren wanted independence under the Bezos name. Jeff wanted structure, silence, loyalty. Their visions weren't just different, they were incompatible. And once that became obvious, Bezos didn't waste time. He told his team to prepare options. In Bezos speak, that means war plans. And those plans, they were about to get real fast. Bezos doesn't raise his voice. He builds cases. And when Lauren crossed that invisible line, whatever it was, he didn't argue. He got to work. According to our insider, Jeff Bezos has already filed a private $5 billion lawsuit against Lauren Sánchez. Not a threat, not an if you do this move. Filed in motion. The paperwork is being handled by a specialized legal unit known for high-profile takedowns, celeb divorces, corporate fraud, government-level discretion. The amount not random. It represents a combination of brand value damage, breach of prenup conditions, and what Bezos believes is a violation of trust that could put his entire legacy at risk. He's not suing for money. He's sending a message. You don't play with my name. You don't mess with the empire. The lawsuit is sealed for now, but if it ever goes public, it's not just Lauren that takes the hit. Everything she's attached to goes down with her. The businesses, the partnerships, the image. Bezos has pulled legal nukes before, and when he does, he never misses. But what pushed him over the edge wasn't just betrayal. It was who else was involved. Jeff Bezos didn't enter this marriage like a love-struck billionaire. He came in locked, loaded, and legally armored. The prenup, cold, clinical, designed to protect every corner of his empire. But here's where things turn. According to our source, Bezos believes Lauren triggered a breach clause in that prenup. The reason? Her secret communication with Michael Sánchez, her brother, and the same man involved in leaking Jeff's private texts years ago. That scandal nearly torched Bezos' reputation. He made it clear back then anyone involved was done. So, when he found out Lauren had reopened that door, even under the excuse of family, he snapped. Our insider said it plainly. He saw that as betrayal. Straight up, no second chances. It didn't matter if the talks were harmless. It didn't matter if it was about closure. To Bezos, it was a threat, a direct connection to someone he believes sabotaged him. That was the moment he activated the legal trapdoor. The prenup had a clause for exposure of confidential matters. And in his eyes, she crossed it. Which is why her next move wasn't business. It was desperation. She didn't call a lawyer. She didn't send an email. Lauren Sánchez did something she never expected to do. She begged Jeff Bezos in person one-on-one. No PR team, no filter, just her in his private office trying to stop the legal machine already grinding into motion. According to the source, she told him straight, "You're going to ruin me. You're going to ruin both of us." She wasn't wrong. A public $5 billion lawsuit wouldn't just end their marriage. It would torch their entire brand. Bezos listened. Didn't say much. Let her talk. Let her plead. And then he hit her with a line that cut the air in half. "This isn't about us anymore. This is about principle." Translation, the deal was already off. She could cry. She could threaten press coverage. She could try to guilt him. But the paperwork was already past the point of no return. Bezos wasn't negotiating. He was executing. Our source says Lauren left that room shaking. Not just scared of losing him, but scared of what he's willing to reveal if she pushes back. She thought she could control the optics. Now she's just trying to survive the blow. And what's coming next could bury her completely. This isn't chaos. It's a calculated takedown. Jeff Bezos isn't reacting emotionally. He's playing chess with billion-dollar consequences. And every piece is already in motion. The lawsuit quietly advancing under airtight NDAs. His estate advisors on lockdown. Financial moves are being made in silence. Assets shifted. Trusts restructured. Names pulled off documents. It's a full strategic cleanse. The source says Bezos has already assembled a rapid response legal and media unit. Not to spin the story but to bury it, control it, and if needed, launch his version first. Meanwhile, Lauren is scrambling. She's reached out to 2 top crisis PR firms, hoping to humanize the fallout before anything leaks. But here's the kicker. Jeff isn't just holding legal evidence. He's sitting on personal proof. Texts, voicemails, photos, communications Lauren never expected to see the light of day. And if she goes public first or tries to play victim, he'll bury her narrative before it even starts. This isn't just a breakup. This is information warfare. One mistake from her and he detonates it all on his terms and with receipts. Because for Bezos, this isn't emotional. It's legacy protection. And nothing gets in the way of that story. A $5 million wedding in Venice. Helicopters, champagne, designer, everything. But what they didn't see, the part carefully hidden behind security gates and NDAs, is the truth. Jeff Bezos never saw Lauren Sánchez as forever. He saw her as a variable, a factor, a decision that made sense until it didn't. And the moment she threatened the balance, whether through betrayal, ego, or carelessness, he flipped the switch. No hesitation, no looking back. That's what makes this so dangerous. This isn't a celebrity scandal. It's a calculated purge. Bezos isn't driven by heartbreak. He's driven by control, by image, by legacy. He built Amazon from nothing. He built Blue Origin to escape Earth. You think he's going to let a relationship bring that down? Not a chance, Lauren begged. She cried. She tried to reason with a man who stopped listening the second she became a risk. Now she's caught in the middle of a war she started by underestimating him. The lawsuit is real. The damage is permanent. And the collapse of this relationship, it's already being written into history. Not by the press, not by public opinion, but by the most powerful man in the room, Jeff Bezos. And when Bezos writes you out of his story, you don't get a second chapter. The world saw a love story, a $5 million wedding in Venice, helicopters, champagne, designer, everything. But what they didn't see, the part carefully hidden behind security gates and NDAs, is the truth. Jeff Bezos never saw Lauren Sánchez as forever. He saw her as a variable, a factor, a decision that made sense until it didn't. And the moment she threatened the balance, whether through betrayal, ego, or carelessness, he flipped the switch. No hesitation, no looking back. That's what makes this so dangerous. This isn't a celebrity scandal. It's a calculated purge. Bezos isn't driven by heartbreak. He's driven by control, by image, by legacy. He built Amazon from nothing. He built Blue Origin to escape Earth. You think he's going to let a relationship bring that down? Not a chance. Lauren begged. She cried. She tried to reason with a man who stopped listening the second she became a risk. Now she's caught in the middle of a war she started by underestimating him. The lawsuit is real. The damage is permanent. And the collapse of this relationship, it's already being written into history, not by the press, not by public opinion, but by the most powerful man in the room, Jeff Bezos. And when Bezos writes you out of his story, then you don't get a second chapter.